Good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I was just looking at potential markups for the week. If you are new, and when I say new, like this is probably your first time getting on or you're just starting trading, you'll see all of these pairs that I have to the right. I do not trade all of these pairs. The only reason I have these pairs is because I know a lot of people trade these, so I mark them up. I trade 3 at most 4 pairs in a week. I do that because number one, I don't want to overtrade, because overtrading can lead to over leveraging and poor risk management. Number two, I limit the amount of pairs that I trade so I can, for lack of a better term, master pairs. I like to learn the behaviors of certain pairs, so when they perform a certain way, I know how to respond. So again, I do not trade all of these pairs. 3 at max 4 within a week. So pick a few, become familiar with them, trade them consistently, study them, so you can learn the behaviors of the pairs. I'm going to mark up the different pairs, and then I'll go back through and show why I marked up what I marked up. Leaving that one for now. Start clean. EJ is in a downtrend. Just marking up right now. We'll go back and look at them. Perfect markup. May I get a volunteer to admit people to the room?
I got you if you need me, Doc.
Appreciate it, bro. Let me find you again. There you go. All right. UJ, I'm sticking with that. I believe we have a lot more to get. Hey, Bo, I'll be trading this on HFX too, bro. Look at that drop.
I like that.
I'll come back and look at Ripple. Fake this out. Went halfway. Well, hit the first target and then turned. So we got the first target out of it. Clean that up and start over. But we hit, almost got a target too. All right, let's start from the bottom. Been marking up USD Chef for a while. If you were on the sessions as far back as I believe October, I had USD Chef for sale way back here. So we've been in that sale for a long time. Let's look at where we are right now. We marked this up last week. We caught 50 plus pips, then it reversed on us. So let's see what it's going to do this week. If it does not break above these highs, I'm still looking for it to drop again, because overall, if you look at the larger time frames, specifically starting with the daily, it's still in the downtrend. So our key areas are right in here. It's still respecting structure. So I'm still looking forward to continue on this drop. Let's go to a weekly. Bo, you should have control of the yeah. So I'm still
Some people still, I said for some reason some people load and it's not like letting you jump in. Yeah, it's doing something weird.
Let's see. Let me see if I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll let it do what it does.
Yeah.
So USD Chef, still looking for the drop. But as you know, guys, we aren't married to a direction. If it breaks above these highs, then, you know, we are no longer in the sale. But I'm still expecting it to drop. You know, nobody, I don't care how good somebody says they are, they cannot fully determine which way the market is going to go. That's why we always do two directions. It's a if then. If the market does this, then we do this. So if the market rejects this area in here, then we sell it back down. If it does not break above this zone, then we sell it back down. My targets are still the same. All the way down to here. But let's say it just comes here. So we'll take that. We'll take that. Even if it comes here, you're still close to 100 pips. So I will put a short position right in this area. Just above here. So you're still looking at a almost 1 to 4 risk to reward. So we'll take that all day, every day. We could even bring it down to here. So if you want to take partials, if it goes the direction that we anticipate, and you want to take partials, there's your first TP right there. Target 1. Second TP right in this noise area. Target 2. Target 3. Target 4. If it breaks out of this structure, it's very simple. You wait for a retest. Here's your first target right in these areas. Let's see how many pips that would be on a break and retest. Yeah, we'll take that. So again, never get married to a direction. Target these even numbers. So if it breaks above this structure, we wait for a retest. We take it here. It's very simple. Don't make trading more difficult than it is. The most difficult thing in trading is managing your emotions and managing your risk. That's it. So I'll drop that in the chat after this, and I'll mark up some potential additional take profits as well. But that's what we're looking at USD Chef. USD JPY. If you look at the daily, we are still in a downtrend. So all of this activity you're seeing is just pullbacks continuing along the trend. So we'll continue to respect that. Look for some pullback into this area, this zone right here. Then we'll be potentially looking at a sell. So if this continues in the trend, we'll take a short position around this area. And we'll take it down to this next zone or this next area. So we'll put our stops just above these previous highs. We're looking at a minimum, again, almost 1 to 4. I don't trade anything that's less than 1 to 3. It's not worth it. If you have an accurate risk to reward, you don't have to win every trade. You could literally win 3 out of 10 trades and be in profit. You can score with a few singles just as well as you can score the home run. So take the singles. If it breaks above this, then it's a break of structure. Then we're looking to go higher. But I don't see that happening. If it does, we just play it by ear. But I just don't see it happening. The dollar is weakening right now with respect to the yen. So whenever the first pair is weaker than the second pair, we primarily look for sales. Whenever the first pair is stronger than the second pair, primarily we're looking for buys. So if we pull up Finviz, let's see if it's. So right now the dollar and yen are almost the same. Yen is a little weaker. Let's look at the see here, it says the US dollar is stronger as well. So what we do, we could potentially see reversal. But for right now, I'm going with the sell. The dollar is registering slightly stronger, so primarily we should be looking for buys, but we're still in a strong downtrend. But let's see if we can get some reversal areas. If it fails to break higher, we continue to sell. If it breaks higher, then we look to go different directions. So potential targets, see all of this noise in here where we had a lot of price activity? Let's see how many pips we could potentially get. It's close to 40. So, in case we get reversals, let's target these highs. Very simple. All the way up into this zone. $88. So if we get a break of structure, which means we break above this trend line, long positions up into these areas, just below. So this is what? 1 to 6.5. Tight stop losses. We're making lower highs and lower lows, so we'll see what happens around in this area. This will determine which direction we take. UCAD. Same thing, downtrend, strong downtrend. So I had this marked up. Let's see if price will break above these highs. If not, I'll be looking to take this down into these next zones. Just above the high, right there. If you notice, all of my trades are at least 1 to 3. This one is 1 to almost 4.5. As you can. This was a perfect markup. We hit the buy, we hit the first target, then we took it for the sell. Hit the target on the sell. Now let's see what happens. Let's see if we get a pullback back into this zone and then a further drop, because we have a lot of area to compensate for on the sell. First target's around in this area. From where it is right now, almost 100 pips. So look for a pullback. We may not get it, but look for a pullback into these wick areas right in here. If it does not break above these wick areas, we'll look for a potential sell again. Right above those wicks. So he's still almost 1 to 5. So let's take that out. Let's take that out. We already caught these. Beautiful sales. So what may happen is, if you can look here, we're in a potential uptrend. So we had a push up, consolidation, push above, then a drop back below consolidation. So let's see if we get a retest back down. If it pushes above, we'll just target these highs. So we'll see how that plays out during the week. I'll come back to Ripple. Leave that. We broke out of this area that I had marked up. Let's see how we're looking on the daily. The daily, we have a uptrend right now. So let's move this key area. This is about the last, right in here. Drop down to the 4. Clean it up a little bit. Let's move this to a more recent area right in here. Because we're in the uptrend, this is what I will be looking for. I'll be looking for price to pull back into this area where these wicks are, and then continue onto the upside. So right in this area, look for a potential buy. If it does that, yep, we're looking at 120 pips possibly. So this is your key area right in here. See what price does around this area. If it breaks below, you look for a retest, and then you will look for it to come back into these areas or these areas. But I believe we'll get a continuation to the upside. So, potential here, just below 1 to a little over 4. Drop a fib. So let's say right here. Here. Yep. So wait for price to come back into, this is the 382 what it's retesting. Wait for it to come into these areas, see what happens. If it rejects these areas, then we take it up. So this will be a target, and then we can target the areas on the fib. Right here. As we're giving you your entire trading week in one day. So just monitor what happens. If it breaks and rejects, look to come back into these areas. Right in here. All of this. So let me do the fib again. This was the recent swing. Perfect. A lot of people will target between the 0.5 and the 0.618 as a retest area. So that's what we're looking for. See what happens within these areas. So that's on the daily. Yep, so let's clean that up. So I'll leave that as it is. Oh, strong uptrend. If we take this temporary uptrend right here, riding the wicks, key levels right in this area. Go back to the daily, see where we are. Yep. Target these even numbers. Go back to the 4. That's 1. Let's go back. This one I use pivots when it's so far behind. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Target. Target. Move pivots. So see if price, what type of reaction we get down here. And then we are looking at, yep, 140 pip swing. So price currently, when the market opens, of course, we may get some gap action. If we don't break below this area, we're looking to buy it back up. So we'll say right in here, put our stops right below this area. One to 4. It's AED Chef. AED JPY is almost identical. We have this trending up on the daily. Key areas right in here. Get that question. Yes, setups will be in the group. I always drop the setups in the group. If price respects this area, then we're looking to buy it back up. So here, our next really swing. If I take fibs from, let's say here's the swing. Perfect respect. Target 1. Target 2. Take the fibs off. Remember, we need to respect this area. If it breaks this area, it's a break of structure. Then we're looking to at a reversal, which it may happen. Again, we never know. We just respond to what happens. On a long position, provided it respects this area, target here, stops just below 1 to 6.5. If it breaks out, our target is right in these areas, right in here. So break, retest the zone, come back, targets right here. Targets right here. Buy a target. Buy a target. Let me extend this zone. This is the limit here for my stop loss. Because if it comes down here, that means it's a break of structure. It's breaking the trend. So we look for it to break, come back and retest this area, then drop. So I'll leave this here. And then we'll look for buys. Yes, it's recorded, Aaron. I'll drop a link as soon as it's finished. Nice, that's nice there. GBP hit all of the targets. Let's see what we have right now. Let's look at the daily. We have that uptick, drop. So the next major area is right in here. So I'll drop a box here just in case. I'll also drop a box here. I like to keep the charts clean, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Right in here. Let's see how price reacts at this area. See how price reacts here. If it rejects, we buy it back up. Very simple. Let's put it right in here. Look, if price rejects, we can catch it 120 pips going back because I believe it will continue in the uptrend. But we don't know. If it fails to reject, meaning it breaks down, you could still potentially catch just from this area 90 pips. So I'll put a note on here for potential rejection and buy back. Right here. Right in this area. So this will be a potential buy target. 100 pips. If it breaks out, we can still, which it may do, it may break below this to come back and retest that area. That's fine too. You can take that. Look. That's 88. If you come down, that's 112 pips. That's why it doesn't matter which way price goes. Just see what it does. We had activity here, which is why I put a zone here. But it could come back to retest where this zone is. So see what happens. If it breaks below this, it'll come here. If it doesn't, it'll go back. So you win either way. This is conservative. So this is a potential sell. This is it. Potential sell. And I'll put one right here for potential buy. Not a buy. Target. Buy zone. Just set alerts and be patient. Appreciate it, Emmanuel. Appreciate it. If it goes above this, let's see what we could potentially get. we'll have to come way over here, but instead of doing that, you guys know I like to use pivots. It's kind of a cheat code for targets. There's a potential target right there. Pivots, get pivots, put it on your trading view. There you go. Beautiful. All right. Almost identical setup because GBP and JPY, USD and JPY are almost identical in terms of strength. So same thing. Key area where it is right now. If you look at this, so I'll mark this zone where we have the top of this wick all the way to this activity. See what happens around in these areas. We may be getting a reversal down here. Back into these areas. So right now I'll drop a potential target. That's the daily. Let's go back to the 4. Let's go down to the 1. Perfect. Let's adjust this right there. If you get a breakout here, this is your sell target for a possible retest. If it fails to break, look to buy it back up. So we'll put our target. Let's target these even numbers. Price likes to respect even numbers because traders like to respect even numbers. So this will be a potential target. There's your second potential target right there. Let's come back. Yep. Right in here. So your potential sell pivot basically shows a reversal in price. So let's see what price does around here. This will be a potential sell. And if we get the rejection, I'll do it just above here. So this is what we stay out of. This is what we look for a price to do its thing. If we come to here, that's 50 pips right here. So hopefully you know now to take partials along the way. I don't have time to get into scaling in on this one. Maybe I'll do a scaling in training. But take partials. If you're 25, 30 pips in profit, you should be in a risk-free or even profitable trade at that point. So when it's in blue, it's on you. I don't know what it was. We were dead on with gold. Oh, that's silver. Same thing. We were dead on with gold. So let me come back to silver, then I'll do gold. Right now, where we are. Let's go up to the 4 hour. I'd rather trade the metals on the 4 hour because of the volatility. And this is where zones are important because these rarely respect prices, but they respect zones. This is your area of interest right here. If it breaks out of this area, your targets are down in these levels. So I'll drop a target here. I'll also drop right here and right here. So this would be a sell zone. These are targets. Looking at what it's doing, if it rejects here. So we got these touches, bounce, come back, so it may reject. Simple. This will be your buy entry, and then we target where it's been. So we'll come back here. We'll catch that one. And conservative, we'll catch it. Move this out of the way. We'll catch it back in these areas. Let's get this activity. So catch it all the way up, going up. Target. If you took trades from the setups last week and you were disciplined, you should have had some decent profits. Here's silver. Gold is similar. Already marked. We hit all of the targets going up and then some. Then we caught the sell target coming down. So now your sell target, what it hit, is your sell zone. What was that? There we go. Let me say that again. The target, what it hit and bounced, is now the sell zone. So if it breaks out of this zone, now we're looking for targets below. We'll take a buy if it gets above this. If it rejects here, yeah, we'll take that back up. So I'll leave that as it is. Now let's get, Now let's get into the indices. We were dead on with these too. I will leave them as they are right here. In fact, this will be I'll leave it. Let's stay conservative. I'll leave it just like that. I'm leaving these just as they are. Because they're still valid, because we're still hitting the same targets. Now let me adjust this one because I kind of skimped on this one. So here we go. Your sell zone, your new sell zone is right here. Because this is in process, you have to wait for the market to open to see what kind of gap activity you're going to have. It may open down here. It may open up here. We don't know. But your sell zone is still valid. Matter of fact, let's adjust it. Right here. This is on the 30. Let's bring that buy right here. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, let's leave it right here. You know what? Nope. There we go. Let's see how we're looking on the lower. All right. So your buy zone right here. Targets right here. There we go. Leave the sell zone as it is. Now let's define some targets. This is US 30 now, so take what you can get. You can even take that as your first target. If we bring this up, yep, first target right here, where it was. Remember, this is not an exact science, so anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. If it wants to keep going, we'll take it. Like this. All right, so target 2 is just above. Yeah, this is perfect. Perfect. Let's see what the alligator is saying. Alligator is saying that we have a drop too, so we may hit these. It may open down here. Who knows? Now let's go longer time frames. Let's see what we have. Let's do some fib work. See all of this? At some point, we have to mitigate this stuff. So the last swing is about right here. I'm gonna go body to body. Perfect. If you don't know what I'm doing with the fib, you can post it in the chat and I'll do an example. But for time's sake, I just want to use it. Perfect. So this is the area that we will stay out of. Right here. Drop down to the 4. Let's take some more targets down here, because if it drops here, it's coming down here. There you go. All right, so I will drop these into the chats. Feeling good. But then again, I'm always feeling good about my markups because I've learned to trust myself through many blown accounts. I like it. This was marked on the 4 hour. That's why it looks disorganized. So let me see if I can clean it up for you. So right here, this is what we're looking for. Get rid of this trend now. Let's bring this and redo it. Looking for a pullback into these zones for a short position. Right in here. Just above. If it breaks above this area, then we take it long. That's why I have these targets marked up. Target. 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 Regardless of which position you take, wait for your confirmations. All of them are at least 1 to 3.5, 4, 5, 6. So when you trade that way, you only need 3 profitable trades. If you respect your stop loss and your risk management, you only need 3 profitable trades out of 10 to be in profit for the week. So don't let people fool you thinking you have to win 7 out of 10 trades. You only have to win 7 out of 10 trades if you're trading 1-to-1, or some people trade 2-to-1, which is crazy to me. Why would you have a bigger risk than reward? I trade 1 to 3 and up. 3 out of 10 trades is profitable for me. 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. Because I have very tight stop loss. You're welcome, Lynette. I have, trust me, plenty of poor decisions in trading that everybody else can learn from. That's why I'm able to be profitable now consistently. That make me an expert. That just means I learn from my mistakes. USD CAD, looking for it to continue to drop. But if it doesn't, there's our take. By the way, remember we did the inverted teacup? This is not an inverted teacup. The bearish candle has to be relatively the same size as the bullish candle for an inverted teacup, or larger. Like this would be, but it violated. This would also be. At any rate, there we go. Just going back through to see what we marked up. Sticking with the sell on on EJ, which I will go trade on binary to catch all of this. Unless it's already happened. If you ever want to see that the market is not closed, even though it's closed, just go to a binary options broker. You'll see it still moving. I actually made $80 today. Looking for the buy on AUD CAD. After it rejects, if it doesn't reject, then we'll just take it down. AUD Chef, I like it for the buy. Continuation to the upside. Same with AUD JPY, looking for a continuation to the upside. GU, we see what it does, but we have 2 positions just in case. Or 2 potential ideas just in case. Same on GJ. We're good with silver, gold, almost identical. I like SPX to continue doing what it's doing. I like NAS to continue doing what it's doing to hit these targets. In fact, let's put one more down here. To take out where we already was. Cool. You know what these is, it can open and these targets already be smashed. So then we just revisit, look at what's happening, and then we drop them in the chart. I like German 30 to continue doing what it's doing. And we have a new markup for US 30. So appreciate you guys. I'll drop these in the chat. If you have questions, feel free to ask. And let's go out and have a disciplined and profitable week. I'll see you all in the chats.